Hi everyone, Christina Blue here with Keller Williams Beach Cities. So today I want to talk about credit score and what is the minimum credit score you need to purchase a home. Well, unfortunately, that answer is not so cut and dry. It actually depends on what type of loan you want to get. So for instance, if you're going to get a conventional loan, which is 20% down, your minimum FICO score is 620. And if you wanted to get an FHA loan, which is 3.5% down, your minimum FICO score is 580. Now, keep in mind that just because the industry standard says 580, all lenders are actually able to incorporate their own overlays, is what it's called. So the government says, okay, 580 is the minimum needed to have an FHA loan. Well, the actual creditors can say, well, I don't feel comfortable giving our money to someone with 580. I want them to have 600, right? So that's called an overlay. So that means that for that specific lender, their minimum would be 600 or whatever they choose. So it's really important when you're shopping around for different lenders, you ask them what their overlay is and what is their minimum. And there's also other different types of loans that you can get. There's another FHA loan that you can actually have 550 credit. But with that, you're gonna have to have a lot of proof of income, really no other issues other than your credit, right? Like you're gonna have to have a low debt, really like a solid work history, things like that. So if you do get into a situation where you're ready to buy a house and your credit score is pretty low, a lot of people think that you need to wait, months, maybe a year, pay off some debt and kind of work towards that. But actually, I just recently came across this super cool program that my lender introduced me to, which is called Credit Wizard. So what they do is my lender sends them your information, sends them what your current credit is, and then your desired credit. So let's say your current credit score is 500 and your desired is 620 because you want to get that conventional loan. So they come up with this algorithm with all of your debt and all of your different creditors, and it says on there like, okay, so pay off this Discover card, pay $200 off this Discover card, and it will boost your credit 10 points. And then pay your student loan $1,000 off of this, and it will boost your credit 30 points. And it'll give you the whole algorithm on how to come up and generate that extra 150 or whatever, however many points is your desired credit. So it's super cool, and that whole process actually takes like 5 to 10 days. So I've got a client right now doing that. She found a house that she loves, and unfortunately her credit isn't where it needs to be, so we sent it off to get the rapid report, and with a Credit Wizard, and in 5 days we'll be ready to go. So that's really awesome. But I also want to talk about maybe if you're not in a rush and you just want to boost your credit, I want to just give you some quick tools on how to boost your credit. So the first one is run your credit. Run your own credit. If a lender runs it, they take 3 to 5 points off of your total FICO score. So run it yourself. You can go through Experian or some of your credit cards, but then you can check, look through everything, and you can check to see if there's anything on there that shouldn't be on there, any fraudulent activity, and you can kind of take a look. Don't do anything though. Contact me first so I can put you in touch with my lenders or my credit repair specialists, because this will lead me to the second point. You don't want to just start paying off everything. So one section of your credit report, like one way that they come up with your number, is actually your credit length history. So if you have a credit card of a department store that you've had for 20 years and it's got a $100 balance, and you think, I'm just going to close that, and you close it, you just lost 20 years of credit. So your score will actually drop. So there's certain things that you want to close and there's certain things you don't, which is really important to just get in contact with a credit specialist so they can tell you exactly what to do and how to maneuver through that. The next point that I have, or the next suggestion, is to try to keep your credit limit 30% under, your credit spending 30% under your limit. So if you have a credit card limit of $1,000, you really want to keep it around, under 350, if you will. Each month, and this will show that you're using your credit, but you're with good standing, and you don't really need the credit. You're you're living off of your own means. So that will jump your credit score really fast. So the last point that I want to bring to you guys, or the last suggestion, is to find out what date your creditors report to the credit bureau. So this is super important. So once a month, your creditors report their numbers to the bureau, and that's what generates your FICO score. So let's say your credit card, your MasterCard, is due on the 15th of every month. So you go ahead and you you do a $1,000 limit, so you run it up to $999 and you pay it off right on the 15th. So you're never late, you never actually utilize their credit, you think everything's fine. Well, unfortunately, if they actually report to the credit bureau on the 13th, that means that every month when they're putting your information there, it says that you're actually utilizing all the way up, almost maxing out your credit. So that's like a huge tip that I learned that I had no idea, because like most of you, thought that if you pay off your credit card every month, then you're fine and you're actually, boosting your credit, but you're not. So you have two choices. You can either call your creditors and find out what date that they actually report to the credit bureau, and you can either move your due date to that date, or just keep that in mind. Or the second thing you can do is just, like I said before, rule of thumb, always stay under the 30%. That's what I do. It's easier that way, and you can actually call all of your creditors and have them raise their limits. So that way, if you have a $3,000 credit card, your limit's only $1,000 and you stay within that $1,000. So yeah, so I hope that this helps you understand a little bit more about credit. And I would love to help you, so give me a call if you have any credit issues or questions. Like I said, give me a call. I can put you in touch with my lenders and credit specialists. Okay guys, thanks. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.